Get out your bowling shoes. We're going to Broadway. That's right. The Cats are back in Nashville for the sixth time. Six Music City Bowl appearances, and they're taking on a team that we saw just a year ago. Other side. The Iowa Hawkeyes. Kentucky versus Iowa. It was so awesome the first time. Let's run it back for another game. I'm Nick Roush. He's Drew Franklin. That's Adam Luckett. We're here with a little rapid reaction from news that had a lot of folks sighing. And Drew, before he hopped on here, I had a feeling was going to be a let Luckett cook kind of edition of rapid reaction because I know that he was fired up for Memphis, and really this is just it's not red zone rich mad, but I have a feeling we're going to get one of those versions of Adam Luckett this afternoon.
It's just kind of like it was kind of like the deserved award for this season. Just kind of just disappointment. Like you thought, like we even got the McMurphy tweet that kind of teased Florida. Like we thought maybe they would sneak into a Florida Bowl, and it ended up just being. Not only is it Nashville for the sixth time, Nick. Like we've been to this damn bowl game a trillion times. It's against Iowa, like the same team you played last year. Like it's the first team whoever gets the 14 points first is going to win the game. It's just migraine bowl. I mean, in every way.
What? All right. Here's my first question. What's the number you would take the over on in this game, Drew?
4. I really don't know what it'll be because I don't think they'll make it low enough for me to not bet it. Because I think, are we going to assume Levis isn't going to play in this crap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Levis not playing in this.
So they're already there. We're throwing him out. And
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot more thrown out, I'm sure. And then just 2 defenses that probably will play well and 2 offenses that won't be able to move the ball at all. Yeah. This is going to be a historically low point total.
Iowa, it might be the best defense in college football.
They're
like they're number one. I think they're number one in SP Plus, and like you look at all their numbers, they're ridiculous based on how bad their offense is. Like Kentucky's going to go out there and try to with an offense that hadn't scored points all year and try to move the ball with a backup quarterback. It's going to be hard to watch. Yeah.
We wanted this game, as we've been speculating, let's get a game where we can keep the receivers happy, throw it around a little bit, put some smiles on their faces going to the offseason, maybe get Kaya loose a little bit, or maybe the team they'll play will just be horrible at stopping the run, and let's go crazy and see if Chris Rodriguez can get 230. Now they're not going to do anything on this defense, and Iowa can't do anything on anyone's defense, so we're looking at a miserable game. And as Luckett noted, a Music City Bowl we've seen plenty of times. And, of course, we have an actual tangible football versus basketball, which is the last thing we wanted after last summer, as they're starting at the same time. Did we even try to push back on this? I would like to – we'll never know because who will not speak to the media. But I would like to hear the behind the scenes of how we ended up in this godforsaken situation that no one is excited about.
According to the Athletics, Scott Docterman, who is Iowa's number one guy, he's the Big Ten reporter. His inside scoop was that there was no pushback from either side trying to avoid this conflict.
Gary Barta and Mitch Barnhart, just good buddies, want to go to Nashville and talk about whatever they talk about. It's ridiculous that we're going to Nashville and playing Iowa in this bowl game. It's just utterly ridiculous.
Mitch will find a way to keep them from serving alcohol in there, just to really, really make this a Super Bowl for him.
The thing is,
I think it's the 2 longest tenured ADs. I think Mitch and Gary Barta are like the 2 longest tenured ADs in the country. So they're just going to go, powwow and probably complain about the transfer portal and NIL and everything else, and they're just gonna have a good old time. It makes no sense why we're playing this bowl game. It makes zero sense. I get it if it was a good opponent, to go to Nashville and go head to head with the basketball team, but to go play Iowa again in this situation it's stupid. What are we doing? This just makes no sense. Why are we doing this? Why? Why? I mean, obviously you don't want to go to Vegas, right? I understand. Everybody wants to do that, but why? They're just not going to say Kentucky could have got to Memphis. Why didn't they fight to get to Memphis? I really don't understand it. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense to me. What's I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Well,
I do not understand.
The argument is that it's on the big bowl day, right? Like this is the biggest bowl day of the year this year because the NFL's on New Year's Day. So you get noon, you get ABC too, which ABC just by being a broadcast instead of cable, you're going to get double the typical kind of viewing audience that you would normally get. So
I get all
huge
that.
TV window, but
what does that really mean? Like, I mean, like we talk about that. Like, is that like, does that help? Like, do we really think that helps Kentucky in recruiting?
do we want more people to watch this game? And I think the answer is no.
No,
I mean,
No.
last
I don't want anybody watching this game.
Last year actually produced a good, like that was a fun football game. It exceeded
Yes, at the
expectations
end,
while
yeah.
people were making jokes. But like, yeah, you can't. That's not going to be the case this year. This is going to feel like a MAC game on a Tuesday night where you just somebody score, please.
Nick, we all know about Spencer Petras. He got hurt in the last game. I'm not sure his injury. His arm was in a sling on the sidelines. His backup, who played in that game's already in the portal. Like he's gone. So like,
the armadillo guy.
Yeah, Padilla. Alex Padilla.
Yeah. What
so we
if
could
Deuce
see
Hogan goes back to Iowa for one game to be there?
Like we might see. We'd have to find out what Petras' injury was, but we could very well see Iowa's third string quarterback. And like Kentucky doesn't have an offensive coordinator. Will Levis isn't playing in this game. I guess they're going to see some combination of Kaya Sharon, Destin Wade at quarterback. Neither team like. Brian Ferentz is probably going to call the plays, but he's not going to be the play caller next year. It's just like offense optional, punt on third down. I don't know.
I'll never see it coming.
I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get why we're playing like Kentucky's playing in this game. It doesn't make sense to me. There might be stuff I don't know about the bowl selection, but that both teams were just let's go play this. That doesn't make. I thought the point of the pool of 6 is to avoid games like this, to avoid these rematches. Why do we even have this process if this is what we're doing? It just
to make matters worse.
Sense.
Let's say there are a few Kentucky fans who are out of their mind and want to go watch this game. Maybe they want to do a little Nashville. I just spoke to a friend who knows the Nashville hotel scene very well, and every hotel is already sold out for New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve? Like it's gonna cost an arm and a leg to go there.
Yeah, the cheapest hotel on the outskirts of Nashville is about $450. So anyone
you're gonna have to make it a day trip. You're gonna drive down and come back.
Yeah. So even if there were excitement behind it, it's impossible to get in Nashville on this short notice on New Year's Eve these days.
I appreciate the fact that right now we are at a very Big Blue Nation's very contentious right now. We are very much walking around with our torches unlit in our back pocket, just ready to light them and just be as mad as we possibly can. And this outcome is just throwing fuel on the fire, right? Because, I can't say anything about a basketball team without hating. There's just very much a combative nature in which we are right now as a Big Blue Nation. Football's bad. Basketball's bad. Who's worse? Football school, basketball school. This is just amplifying it all. And it's going to make for a very contentious buildup. But here's the thing. The reality of it is as bad as it might be for the average fan, it actually might be best case scenario because let's face it, nobody was happy with the football season. The basketball team has been underwhelming thus far, but shout out to them for getting it done today. They're going to play the worst Louisville basketball team that's ever played Louisville basketball. It's going to be 2 ugly games. Do you really?
Your fans should get to enjoy that though. Like they should get to enjoy the whole day of the Kentucky Louisville basketball. It shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
TVs at your party. That'll be fun.
Yes, but these are 2 of the biggest games of the season on both sides. You shouldn't have to split a day up for that.
You know who this comes back to though? This is on Mitch for scheduling the basketball game when he did. We would still be upset with this matchup no matter what. But Mitch, stop scheduling the basketball game in the middle of bowl season. You Nimrod. Nobody cares about college basketball in the middle of bowl season. I felt like I was on an island today watching Kentucky play basketball at 1 o'clock on an NFL Sunday while the college football playoff selection show is happening. What are we doing?
The point of and then you get back to they should have fought back on this. They shouldn't have been cool with going to this bowl game, but Mitch, I don't understand it. Why? like you can stand up and like you don't have to be the yes man. Why are we being the yes man right now? Like no, we don't want to.
I just got an email.
Go
Tickets
ahead.
are on sale. I just got an email. Just popped up. Music City tickets on sale. Go get them.
Oh, how much?
I'm not even going to open it because I have zero interest in going. You said something about 2 TVs, and I think it's a great point because they somehow made it a way to I'm not going to go to any of it. I was going to go to any bowl game but Music City Bowl and also attend the basketball game. But now if you're a fan and want to kind of pay attention to both, the best option is to not go to either and stay home and save your money, which is the last thing UK wants.
You can get in the door for $25. So
I'll take the under.
Or don't buy a ticket and scalp it off someone for 10, 15, 20 when you walk in.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to – I go to every game in Rupp Arena. Every game. I'm skipping the Louisville game because they've double booked us and I have to watch both for work. I'm going to sit at home. Yeah. And I'm sure lots of fans will want to do the 2 TV thing too. They somehow found a way to hurt both interests, at least spending the money and getting out and showing your support.
Doing a solid for KS Bar.
Yeah, gets KS Bar, big day.
You'll have, I don't know how y'all are going to set up the TVs there, Drew. If it's going to be half on one side, half on the other, or every other.
Ooh,
do you all have a jumbotron in there, Drew? Isn't there above where y'all do the radio show? Is there a big screen? Who's going to get the big screen?
What we're going to do is whoever's leading will be on the TV. We'll change it as the leads change.
Oh man,
maybe Cal and Stoops can arm wrestle. So who gets the big screen at KS Bar?
Or who gets the sound?
Who gets the sound? Who's the sound?
Yeah,
I guess the easy way to do. But you can do basketball because that game will end before the football game, so you kind of get even time split there. But yeah, it's just like the fact that we're doing this after the mutiny we had in July or August. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous that they're doing this. You are making fans choose one or the other. Like you mentioned 2 TVs. Not everybody has 2 TVs in their house. I mean, most people don't have 3, like me in one basement. So like, you can't.
It's going to be what's going to be objectively the worst football game we've ever watched in our lives. Like this is like Kentucky, Ohio, 2004 type stuff. Like this is going to be bad.
It's like Mitch said, this summer we didn't argue enough, so I'm going to actually make you pick football or basketball. It wasn't a big enough deal when you are fighting on internet. I'm going to draw a line and make you stand on one side at noon on New Year's Eve, and you're going to make your vote for which you like better, and I'm going to make you deal with it.
That's why I don't understand. Like, what is the damn difference between playing in Nashville and Memphis? Like, the pros are just way better. So why is he being a yes man on this? It makes no damn sense. What are we doing? It's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
But we're happy we're in a bowl?
Yeah, we are in a bowl.
The bowl game should have been about getting C-Rod this record. Yeah. Go play that defense. Kansas is over there. They can't stop a nosebleed on the ground. He could have ran for 200 yards against Kansas. Instead, you're going to go up here against this Iowa D that, he'd be lucky to get 50 yards.
Well, now does he play? I mean, not to keep speculating, but if you're in Iowa in the Music City Bowl, I mean, I don't think we're going to see Levis. How many guys aren't going to be interested in this?
Yeah. Who knows on that end, right? Like, we can't – it's hard to predict.
We also have the fun stat where Kentucky's won 20 straight non-conference games. And
guess who ended Iowa's long non-conference winning streak?
Yeah, so Kentucky ended Iowa's last year.
So now they can return the favor.
In the same game where Kentucky's last non-conference loss happened, and that was in Nashville. So, not great, but you know what? Last time this happened, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander had like 30, hung a 20-piece on him, and Kentucky won by 30. The Music City Bowl would have been a win if that ref didn't eject Benny Snell. And I ran into Darren Rovell in the press box, so who knows? Great fun things can happen when Kentucky and Louisville play on the same day in the Music City Bowl.
At least that one was staggered, though. I got to watch the basketball at a bar in Nashville, and I walked straight to kickoff. It was perfect.
Not only that, if you go to the game in Nashville, the damn kickoff's at 11 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Local time, yeah.
So you're not even going to get to enjoy a tailgate. Like, it's just like, it's just terrible. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. I just think it sucks I really do think it sucks for the fans. Like, it should not be this. Like, we should not be doing this. But you just created more a bigger window to have this like football, basketball, stakes. And guess what? The coaches are going to be asked about it now. Like during bowl prep, and Cal's going to be asked about it in the middle of the season when we could have just avoided the entire thing and didn't because Kentucky didn't want to fight up. They were cool with going to the Music City Bowl, and they were cool with going to play Iowa.
And it's not just the fans or the big TV at KS What is Tom Leach going to do?
Yeah, how does that work? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, who gets the good broadcast?
I think he did the football game last time around.
But even then, it was able to be played, and then they just went to the next one. I mean, they're literally
right.
Someone's got to go to a different station.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's all stupid.
We're gonna have UK U of L basketball.
It's no sense. It makes no why we're doing this. One, the basketball game shouldn't be played on this day, but you scheduled it. You have to make sure you avoid at all costs this double dip, and you don't. You say, okay, cool. Okay, whatever you want, Birmingham. We'll do whatever. Like it makes no sense.
Oh well, I'm trying to find. Do we have we might have ourselves no opening lines yet for this game, but
SP Plus would have Kentucky. Like it'd have pretty close to pick 'em. I think it had Kentucky by like 0.2, 0.3.
Gotcha.
So you're looking at, and then if Levis is removed, I would assume Iowa's probably going to be a 1-2 point favorite. That would be my guess.
Yeah, it's
a smooth 32 point over under.
And we can't even do our Mark Stoops playing Iowa stories anymore, right? Like we wrote them all last year.
Well, it saves us work, Nick. We don't really. We can just copy and paste all our stuff from last year. I mean, essentially, it's just. Most of our time here is going to be with these coaching search, and offensive coordinator mainly, and that's going to get most of our attention, and then transfer portal and recruiting. So we'll have all that, but yeah, that week leading into the bowl game, people start to get excited. It feels like that's not going to be the case this year, which is unfortunate. Felt like it could have been avoided, but it wasn't. At least from our end, what we know now, we don't know if the SEC like we think we know what goes on, but we really don't. But it seems like Kentucky just wanted Nashville for whatever reason. They didn't care who the opponent was. So, and we're not going to find out why, like you all said. But it is a place they're recruiting a lot. So, like Barry and Brown's going to get to play at home.
Ooh, yeah, big.
And some of those other guys they're after, right?
In the stands, yeah.
It'd be lots of Wades and Browns in the crowd. That's good.
Yeah, love to see that. Would
it
love
actually
to see
is very cool for the Wades. I know they're big Titans guys. They've actually, I can't remember if they were introduced at a game, but they were shown on the screen one time for being Tennessee standouts. I mean, they have a huge connection there, and particularly that stadium. So it is, I guess, neat for the homecoming for some of our young talent. But they're about the only people that will be happy with this matchup.
It was not what we wanted nor expected entering bowl selection Sunday, the worst day of the college football calendar year. We're just sitting on our hands waiting for Brett McMurphy to tweet something out.
Wilson Berry, get warmed up. Start warming up your leg right now. Get nice and warmed up because you're going to be used a lot on New Year's Eve.
It's a great time to listen to Pen It Deep with Max Duffy. He'll have you ready. We'll have a lot ready. Win or lose, we'll have everything you need for this Music City Bowl matchup at KentuckySportsRadio.com. And on the KSR YouTube channel. Mark Stoops will be discussing this matchup tomorrow at noon. So we'll have more to come then. Until then, for an angry Adam Luckett, Franklin, I'm Nick Roush. We'll see y'all later. Happy bowl season, everyone.